We're here today as we embark on the journey of a Uranus retrograde that will start on the 15th of August 2020 and take us into January 2021. It's a 5-month retrograde. So Uranus is the great awakener, and Uranus is in Taurus, and Taurus is ruled by Venus of love, beauty, but Taurus is an earth sign, so it rules our physical aspects of what gives us happiness and our self-worth as well. So it's our money, food, material possessions, and our relationships. It's all our greatest comforts. Taurus is the bull, and bulls love to just have their basic needs and what they feel makes them feel comfortable have around them. And as we know, 2020 has been a year where a lot of the things that make us feel comfortable have basically restricted us. Right? It's a lot of Capricorn energy this year, with Saturn currently in Capricorn, Jupiter in Capricorn in its fall position. So we have a lot of this energy that we feel restricted from our luck, our opportunity, and also just restricted in our structure and the way things are being restructured. And then Pluto is also in Capricorn, transformation to the way we work and do things. So all of this energy is currently around us, and as we go into this Uranus retrograde, what will we experience? Well, Uranus is the great awakener, and it brings about great awakening through chaotic change. The last time Uranus was in Taurus was in 1931, right? It's been 84 years, and it was there for 7 years in 1931, and it was there for 7 years, and it's going to stay now again in Taurus for another 7 years, which started in 2019. So with Uranus being in Taurus, what do we experience? We experience structures again changing, especially our financial structure. That's one of the great themes of Uranus and Taurus, is basically having your financial structure change, having what makes you feel comfortable change. It's a revolutionary planet. So basically all your social justices, all those things that make you feel like you're lacking freedom, that's holding you back, that's restricting you, all those kinds of changes. So, but before we get our liberation, we're going to have to feel restricted. Think of when 1931 was. That was when there was the Great Depression. There was also, well, the start of it, and then also we had World War II happen in Uranus and Taurus. So it can just tell you by those things of how powerful this transition is, how much it makes us want to change things and actually really, push for a cause. Push for it, protest about it, speak about it, talk about it, want to create a revolution of change, because that's what Uranus is. It's about change. It's about changing. And it's so much about change that it does not accept authority, any authority. It just finds that it needs to liberate from, especially if that authority is making you feel oppressed. So that's what we can experience externally. But what do we experience within ourselves with such a powerful transition that's going to affect us all, because we all have Taurus somewhere in our chart. Right, in your chart, you have Taurus affecting one of your houses, which means it can affect you either emotionally, mentally, financially. Some aspect of your life is going to be hit by this transit. And we don't feel it like a Mercury retrograde. A Mercury retrograde is more in your face. A Uranus transit and retrograde basically would be, because it's a further back planet, it's going to seem like it takes time. It takes time, and it's a wild card, and it's a time to expect the unexpected, because that's what it is. It throws you curveballs, and changes things for you. And in that instance, you change the way you think, feel, react to certain things. And you might be hit with situations where you have to relook at things, relook at your self-worth, relook at your finances, they look at your love, your money, all these kinds of things, and not look at it in a sense of like, oh my gosh, this is a difficult, because we're all going through some sort of challenge this year when it comes to either love, luck, finances. But it's more about looking at it in a way to be, think of it in a different way, a new perspective. What can you create? What can you do to basically move in a different, innovative kind of way? And what I mean by that, a lot of times during the Uranus and Taurus transit, it's when we tend to see things that are actually helping people, where you do a hobby and that hobby becomes something that we enjoy and we're passionate about, and we actually want to earn something off of it, sideline jobs, all those kinds of things is what Uranus and Taurus does. It makes you, Taurus is a very self-reliant zodiac. They're the bull, no one messes with the bull, or else you're going to get the horns. So that's who they are. And they very much can be stubborn as well, in the sense with the things that they want, and the ability to manifest is just amazing. And what I mean manifest with Taurus, what they say, they speak it into life. They have this ability, negative or positive, they have this ability to manifest things in that way. And that's the thing with this Uranus transit. We have the ability now to tap into a different way of working that is not the old way, but a new way that we kind of can bring to life if we just have a little faith in ourselves. And that's what a great awakener is. It's to help you awaken to yourself. Now that's Uranus in Taurus and how it's going to affect us externally, internally, and also our relationships. We will want, in our relationships, we really want to feel valued, appreciated. We want to get the respect we deserve. We want to feel like, this is a support system. It's not something that you basically are holding on to by yourself, or you will just feel burnt out and drained. You would want to feel connected. You would want to feel appreciated. You just want, it's not even about big steps of appreciation. It's just a thank you, or, a message, something that says and gives you that reassurance that, okay, I'm of value here. So that's the message with that Uranus and Taurus. And then what's very important about Uranus and Taurus, because Mars is also going to go into retrograde in September, and Mars is the fighter planet. Mars, god of war. So a lot of frustration we would be already feeling in September, and come, as I can think, Mars is going to be in retrograde, Uranus is in retrograde. By the time we go into October, we're going to have a Mercury retrograde. But what is important is in October, the sun will be in Scorpio, and Mercury retrograde will also be happening in Scorpio as well. So we're going to have this opposition between Taurus and Scorpio, where we have to kind of re-look to the past, everything that's happened in the past, relationships of the past, go work, especially with retrogrades. Just know that you have to review something in your life. You have to review every single situation. You have to review every single part of yourself. And with the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, with the sun in Scorpio, and Uranus and Taurus, it creates that opposition where it's kind of like, we got to see what's hidden. We got to be honest with ourselves. We got to be honest in our relationships. And it can be unexpected because Uranus is in Taurus. And it's almost a bit painful for us to come to terms with. And then at the end of October, we're going to have a Taurus full moon. So a Taurus full moon with Uranus and Taurus. So you're going to be releasing things with that Taurus energy, and things relating to what you value about yourself, your sense of self-worth. And remember, your worth is not about your income. Worth is something you feel within yourself. That's something that you actually feel within yourself, where you can actually say, I feel worthy of, things that I feel good about. I feel worthy of taking some time out. People deprive themselves of the basic things. And that's what I wanted to break down with self-worth. Self-worth is not just about And that's the thing, Tauruses have this great ability to relax, right? They really do, when they can get in like that mood where they're at home and they're cooking and you're watching TV. It's just a mood, you know? It's a Taurus mood. And they're really comfortable with themselves. And that's the thing. Can you give yourself that for yourself? Can you take some time out? Are you worthy of that? And that's the basic things as humans we deprive ourselves of. Time out. So we're going to have to come to terms with those basic ideas of self-worth. And most times people look at things at such a big scale, like, you know, how much do you value yourself? Are you working hard enough? But are you taking care of yourself? Are you looking at how you can become more healthier, have more inner peace, feel good within yourself, feel loved, receive love, all of those things. And then, like I said, with the full moon that's going to be in Taurus, we're going to have to release those aspects of where we did not value ourselves in October. And at the same time, deal with these unexpected changes and a Mercury retrograde that's going to be giving us information of unexpected things, because it's everything hidden in Scorpio season. You know, everything hidden comes to light. It's the truth. So that's going to be a wild card. And then at the end of the year in December, we're going to have Saturn in Aquarius and Jupiter in Aquarius squaring Uranus in Taurus. And that's going to take us into 2021. And that's going to also be quite a shift. It's going to be something that we want to change. We want to change our structures, our systems externally. So we'll feel the need, like looking at government systems, looking at how things are working, our financial systems, you know, and in a sense, not just looking at what's wrong with it, acknowledging the things that we don't like and we find at fault, but also thinking about how can I create the change? How can I be the change that I want to see in the world? That's Uranus in retrograde. Remember, when planets are moving direct, then it's a forward motion. You know, it's going basically forward. We've went through this process of the retrograde. So when it's retrograding, I always feel like it's something that's coming within us. And why is it coming within us? It's for us to go within and to see the parts of ourselves that are in conflict with actual changes happening in our lives. To actually go back within and see, what changes are you in conflict with? What are you doubting? Why are you doubting? What are you afraid of? What are your fears? And actually facing them, gaining a new perspective, because you need that new awakening. And that's just a change in perspective for you to make a shift in your life and implement it when planets move direct. So it's a beautiful time of social change, internal change, change within our systems, change in our lives, but we got to initiate it, or else we'll just feel like we're going to be washed up under the current of the retrograde storms. Basically, it's like you feel like, oh, you know, Uranus is the earth. I mean, not Uranus, Taurus is the earth. And Uranus, the change within the earth. So even noticing things that can change within our earth, the weather, storms, all of those things related to Taurus energy, earth, our sense of self. It's a good time with Uranus and Taurus to even change your look, like make yourself, you know, what do you want to change about yourself? Because Venus is the planet of beauty, you know, and Taurus rules that. So you really need to look at what is it, what do you want to beautify, what is going to inspire you? You know, and that's what we need to look for, the simple things that are going to inspire us every day to actually live our best lives. Thank you for watching.